This is a response to Eddie Crume, who interacted with my video about free will and omniscience. I want to begin by saying thank you, Eddie, for responding to my video. I appreciate your interaction and your kind words. I think your remarks regarding knowledge and causation are right on the money. So in regards to the syllogism I presented, I think it might help to make some clarification regarding what the premises mean. So what does necessarily P, if P then Q, mean in premise 1? This statement means that in all possible worlds, the statement if P then Q, it's true. There are some entailment statements that are not true in all possible worlds. For instance, the statement, if I drive 100 miles per hour down the highway, I will be breaking the law. That's true in the actual world, but it's not true in all possible worlds, because there are some worlds in which the law is different, or there's no law at all. So then what does it mean in premise 3 to say necessarily Q? This means that in every possible world, Q is true. There's no possible world in which that statement is false. That's what premise 3 means. So let's reword the original argument to make this more explicit. This is the same statements, right? We're just going to, instead of saying necessary, we're just going to plug in what necessary is representing there. It would be premise 1, in all possible worlds, P entails Q. 2, P is true in the actual world. 3, therefore, Q is true in all possible worlds. Now, when we write it out like this, I think it's easier to see how this is a non sequitur. If there are possible worlds in which P can be false, then it doesn't follow that all possible worlds have Q. In order to conclude that Q is true in all possible worlds, you would need to change premise 2 to say that P is true in all possible worlds, which in the case of God foreknowing an action of mine, we would reject that. We don't think that that's true in all possible worlds, because there are some possible worlds in which I don't choose that act, right? And so in that case, God wouldn't know it. So to summarize all this, necessary in premise 1 is referring to the conditional statement, if P then Q, and is saying it's true for every possible world. While necessary in the conclusion is referring to Q, right? And is saying Q is the case in every possible world. I hope that cleared things up.